morning, children. Today we will start a new lesson, that is chapter 9, weather and climate, from our from the IS class 5 timetable book, that is our SST book. Everybody get ready with your SST book and open to page 54, chapter 9, weather and climate. Okay. Now, weather and climate. Have you ever wondered why we sometimes feel cold and sometimes we feel hot and humid? Sometimes we feel cold, hot in the day. Sometimes we feel hot in the day while it may rain in the night. All this happens because of the changes in the atmosphere. Yes, you will look that that in the daytime it is very hot, and at night it began to start raining, or at the evening it began to start raining, and at night the atmosphere becomes, or the land or the environment becomes cool. Okay, all these things of nature, all the rainfall, temperature, snowfall, hailstorms, fog, frost, humidity, cloud cover, seasonal change, winds, all these are some changes. All these are the changes in the atmosphere. The changes in the atmosphere is responsible for all these things. The changes in the atmosphere is responsible for the snowfall, the rainfall, temperature, humidity, wind, fog, frost, hailstorm, seasonal change, clouds, all these things. Okay, this changes in the atmosphere is responsible for all these things. Now, the changes in the atmosphere of a place for a short time. The changes in the atmosphere of a place for a short time is known as the weather. So, what is weather? The changes in the atmosphere. Suppose I am talking that I was talking that I was telling you that at the daytime it is very hot, and at the night, at the evening it started to rain, and at night the atmosphere becomes cool. This is the weather. Okay, because this happens over a short time. The difference, the changes between these two, hot and cold, is not a very long time. It has happened in a short time. Okay, so changes in the atmosphere for a short time or over a short period of time is known as the weather. Okay, now the weather of a place keeps changing day to day. Suppose we tell that it is a rainy day, it is a cloudy day, it is a it is a sunny day. All these are the weather, not the climate. First I will explain you the weather, then I will come to the climate. Okay, so all these changes are called the weather. Okay, so conditions of the atmosphere, or the changes in the atmosphere of a place for a limited or a short period of time is known as the weather. Okay, changes in the atmosphere or conditions of the atmosphere are of a place for a limited period or short period of time. It is known as the weather. Okay, now the weather of a place keeps changing. The weather keeps changing from day to day. Every day the weather keeps changing, and we measure the weather based on days. Okay, that we tell that it is a sunny day, it is a cloudy day, it is a rainy day, it is a stormy day. Okay, we tell all this. We measure the weather. We measure weather from day to day. Now, sometimes the weather of a place, maybe in the morning, maybe in the daytime, it is cool, and the weather in the same place. But the weather of the same place in the afternoon can become very hot. Okay, can be very hot and humid. Okay, so all these changes in the atmosphere is known as the weather. And a year, it is usually divided into 4 seasons. A year, based on the different weather patterns, or based on the patterns of weather, or based on the components of weather, year is divided into 4 seasons. Okay, what are the 4 seasons? Summer, autumn, winter, and spring. You have already learned about these 4 seasons in previous classes also. Now in India, we also have the monsoon season. You know that the monsoon season means the rainy season, and during that season, the monsoon season, it is, or the rainy season, it is characterized by heavy rainfall. During the monsoon season or rainy season, the very heavy rainfall can be seen, or very heavy rainfall occurs during the season. And now also the monsoon or the rainy season is going outside. Okay, so we have learned that the year is usually can be divided into 4 seasons: summer, autumn, winter, and spring. And we also have the monsoon season or the rainy season, which is characterized by heavy rainfall. Now our clothes habit, food habits, our clothes, food habits, and general activities, they vary according to seasons. Based on season, or according to seasons, our clothes, food habits, and general activities, they changes or they vary. This line means that, suppose, first I am telling definition of clothes. You will definitely wear cotton clothes everywhere. Every people in summer, they like to wear cotton clothes, isn't it? Every people like to wear cotton clothes in summer, light cotton clothes. The people, they want to wear clothes as much as light, okay, or as much as made of cotton. But in the monsoon season or rainy season, if they go outside, if they are not in the if they are in the house, there's nothing change. But if someone go outside during the rainy season, or the students go to school, they wear raincoats. They wear raincoats. Isn't it? They wear raincoats, and they carry the waterproof things like the waterproof bags. They carry umbrellas with them. They have an umbrella with them. Okay, so all these things changes. And during the winter, no one will no people would want to wear cotton or light clothes. They will want to wear as much as warm and woolen clothes. In winter, people will prefer to wear woolen and warm, as much as warm and woolen clothes. Okay, so clothes, definitely the clothes changes according to season. Is that people prefer to wear light cotton clothes during season. If people go out, they prefer to wear raincoats to protect themselves from the rain, or to protect themselves from heavy rainfall. And in winter, we prefer to wear as much as warm and woolen clothes. Okay, so all the clothes, they changes according to seasons. According to season, this changes of clothes is also happening. Okay. Now come to food habits. You know that in summer, our digestion system, or our digestive system is not so much strong because of the because of hot. So in summer people people prefer to eat light food, not light or less spicy food, less masalas food. Okay, if they eat spicy and masalas and heavy type of food, the food will not be proper digested, because of so much hot, the digestive system cannot work properly. Okay, so we should eat that time, that in the summer we should eat less spicy and light foods. And in winter as it is in winter, our digestive system becomes very strong. That time in winter we eat spicy type of food or heavy food. People also go to picnics and enjoy themselves at that time. Okay, so food habits they also vary according to season. This was the example how food habits vary according to seasons. Now next come to general activities. How general activities vary. In summer we can't do so much work, or we get tired to do so, because it is very hot that time, and we feel tired, restless. Okay, so so we can't work very heavy tasks. We can't do very heavy tasks. Okay, and in winter, as it is winter, it is very cold. uh, People can easily do many hard tasks. Okay, that time people will not feel tired or restless. Okay, they get more energy, and because it is cold in the atmosphere. And in the summer, as it is very hot, people get tired quickly or restless quickly. They can't do much heavy tasks or heavy work. Okay, so it was a definition of how general activities vary according to seasons. Now I have explained you the weather. Now come to climate. Climate is the average weather conditions of a place or a region measured over a long period of time. Okay, I was telling that the weather, it is the changes in the atmosphere of a place for measured, which is measured, the changes that is of a place that which is measured for a limited period of time, for a short period of time or a short time, is known as the weather. And the climate is opposite to it. The average weather condition or the changes in the atmosphere which is measured over a very long period of time is known as the climate. Climate is not measured as day or as year. The climate is measured over a period of almost 30 years. Over 30 years the climate is measured. So it is 30 years is a very long time. It's a very long period of time. So the climate, it is the average weather conditions or the changes in the atmosphere of a place or a region which is measured over a very long period of time, or you can say which is also measured over a period of almost 30 years. Now the climate of a region, the climate of a place or a region includes patterns of precipitation, temperature, humidity, sunshine, wind velocity and other weather activities. Okay, all these things are the patterns of the climate or the components of climate. Okay, precipitation, temperature, humidity, sunshine, wind velocity and other weather activities. You have to memorize the names of all these things. These are the patterns or the components of the climate of a region or a place. Now on the basis of these patterns or factors, the Earth can be divided into 3 climate zones. We can divide based on these patterns, or based on these factors. We can divide the Earth into 3 main climate zones. What are the zones? The torrid, temperature, and frigid. Okay, torrid zone, temperature zone, and frigid zone. Okay, torrid zone is the very torrid zone is a very hot zone. The very hot zone is known as the torrid zone. Okay, the very hot zone is known as the torrid zone. Wait 1 minute. Yes. The zone between the Tropic of Cancer and in the northern hemisphere, and the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. Okay, and it is very hot and humid. The torrid zone, it lies between the. You just know that it lies between the Tropic of Cancer. This is an additional information I am giving, that the torrid zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere, and that zone, the torrid zone, is very hot and humid, and it receives vertical sun rays or direct sun rays throughout the year. Throughout the whole year, it receives vertical or direct sun rays. Next comes the temperature zone. Temperature zone, it is the temperature zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer 23 half degree north and the Arctic Circle 66 half degree north in the northern hemisphere, and between the Tropic of Capricorn 23 half degree north south, and the Antarctic Circle 66 half degree south in the southern hemisphere. Okay, you don't have to learn so much thing, just learn the temperature zone. It lies between the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere, Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and the and between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. And these areas receive slanting sun rays of the sun. Slanting sun rays means not direct sun rays, indirect sun rays.